Hey, what's up guys, it's Jay here. I'm doing a day in life with the Pixel 6 Pro I have right now. I'm gonna use this for the day. But yeah, let me know how this 4K 30 video is. So here is some 4K 30 stable footage, handheld. Just walking right now. So it's about 11 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm trying the video right now with the speech enhancement on, so you should be able to hear me a little bit clearer. So yeah. So it's about 3 p.m. Let's check the battery right now. We're at 72%, so not bad. Basically today I just been working on some YouTube stuff. I played some games, so I'm testing out the phone. Took some pictures, went outside, and in a bit I'm gonna go outside again to a park, grab some dinner, and just chill and play some games. So it's about 4:15 right now. Gonna go out and get some early dinner, go chill at the park, take some photos, do some other video tests. So with the iPhone and the OnePlus. So if you guys wanna check that out, make sure you guys are subbed so you know when it comes out. It's 4K 30. Check out the zoom capabilities there. What do you guys think? It looks pretty good. I'm walking actually. Now I'm standing. But it's actually not bad. Looks pretty sharp to me. Zoomed out. Here's ultra wide 4K 30. Hey, what's up guys? It's about 5 p.m. right now. I'm just hanging out at the park with some food. Just chilling today. And yeah. So the battery right now is about 57%. I'll just turned to 56, but 56%. Been using it quite a bit today for a lot of photo, video. Just testing out this camera against the other cameras that I brought here today. Here's some more 4K 30 footage. I'm walking on grass. It's a little bit uneven, but mostly pretty flat. Let me know how camera quality is. So right now it's a little bit, almost 5:30 p.m. and it's basically golden hour here where I'm at. So let me know how it is. If you want to take photos and videos at golden hour, this is how it would look like. You see the HDR adjustment there. Alright, so it's about 7 p.m. I just got back home, went to get some boba, gonna watch some anime right now. This is the kind of lower light, there's some backlighting there, but looking at the viewfinder right now, looks a little bit noisy. There's quite a bit of grain. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah. So the battery right now, it's about 37%. So I took it off the charger about 11 this morning. So that's not bad, considering it's a full day of just taking videos and pictures and stuff like that, social media, gaming. I gamed for a lot, like 20-30 minutes at Genshin Impact, and well, I'll talk about a little bit more later, but basically I got about 4 hours of screen on time before I'm gonna go ahead and hit the hay. So yeah. All right, so I had a few days to continue using both phones, mainly the 6 Pro, but yeah, let's get started. Google said that the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro is now the time to become serious, so let's see. So now we have all the top-of-line specs like Gorilla Glass Victus and the 6th generation, already 90 and 120 hertz OLED displays. Specifically, the OLED on the 120 is LTPO. There's always some differences between the two models, so I'll put some notes right here. If you're enjoying this so far, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you sub with the bell notification on. Okay, so modern hardware, check. All right, so how is the display? They're pretty good. Gets pretty bright, but on both the outdoors, definitely goes to the Pro. I will say you won't have issues unless it's direct light at peak heat hours. Even then, I generally wouldn't suggest using a phone like that because any device will get extremely hot and that will degrade the phone overall. There's some off actually shift on both, more noticeable on the 6 than the 6 Pro, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal unless you're sharing your phone with other people, honestly. Way more forgivable on the 6 as well, given the price. Sound is good. Stereo speakers on both are full sounding and are in line with other devices I have. I will say that the 6 Pro is slightly better, a little bit better dynamic range, and the bass is a little bit better there as well. I will also mention that both models, the main speaker is a little bit louder than the earpiece. So what you could do is make some sound adjustments into Android and you make it so that it's not as unbalanced there. However, to get to your device, the fingerprint is all right. I had to do a little duplicate registration for it to get to work. And when you're holding the device and using it, the haptics are the best Android has to offer, hands down. I've always felt this way about Pixel devices, and it's basically second to the iPhone. The back of the device houses the giant Daft Punk looking visor. There's some gaps in panel separation in the build, which isn't the greatest. Specifically, there's different pieces making up that curve on each side of the device of that camera module, and the middle section where it contains the camera systems. I really wish it was all one piece to kind of have that sophisticated look there, but hey, it's a first gen device. I'm all right with it. Probably more expensive to produce as well. This is more of a nitpick because on the Pro, it's $300 more. If you want to know about the hardware, I did a first impressions video, by the way. Link is down low below the like button. All right, so Android 12, check. Let me start off with the annoying things here. Yes, the fingerprint is an issue, is real. I already mentioned the workaround. Basically, register it twice or 3 times if you need to. You'll be good. If you're coming from an older Android device, you may run into problems with some apps not being restored correctly. This seems to be par for the course with Android for some reason. So you may have to uninstall some apps and just start fresh. I've had to do that with other apps where I wasn't getting notifications. So yeah, both devices has the always on display. It's a simple toggle on and off. I really wish they would let me set it to have it turn off when I'm sleeping to save some battery there. But on the whole, only 3 years of software updates seems small compared to the competition. It's kind of sus because when they did the keynotes, they said 5 years of security updates as if they only wanted you to hear only the 5 and not the rest. And if you're not familiar with changes on 112, I would suggest watching other videos for the in-depth for everything. But everyday tasks are speedy on both, but where I can see the difference is in gaming. There doesn't seem to be a difference in the CPUs from the Geekbench test I ran, but I can tell in a game like Genshin Impact, running both on the same settings at maximum to push their limits, I could see that the Pixel 6 dropping frames more often than the Pro. I would say it's acceptable, but barely. The Pro has frame drops too, but less, and neither are good compared to the OnePlus 9 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max I have. So also, both phones can get very hot, like really hot. For example, I was downloading Genshin to both phones while plugged in, and each got very hot to the touch. And I don't use this lightly. It was very close to being unholdable. This is to say that the pixels do get pretty warm in general, but it's not too bad except for those instances where you're setting up the device for the first time or you're downloading this giant app that requires you to have the screen on in order to download their data. All right, so the cameras, let me give you my answer about them now. I based on what's presented today, not promised for tomorrow. As of this recording, the cameras are mostly on par with the other flagships of Android. That's it. Some things to note though, the Pixel 6 I have in Seafoam has a yellowish tint when you're using the flashlight. I didn't find it to affect the photos, but it's just something to note. Daytime photos and videos on both are great. They're punchy with saturation and vibrancy bumped up a bit with that Google sharpened look. Selfies are great too. One thing I wanted to try out was the real tone that they were talking about. I wonder if it works in medium color skin like myself. Let me know down in the comments if you guys think some of the things Google's ads are gimmicks or not. Did you hear about the subtle comparison I made to the Pixel earlier? I said Android flagships. This isn't going to beat the iPhone. The biggest thing with Android cameras still is overall consistency. I think the nature of these various lenses, for example, when you go from 1x to 4x via the button, it does take a second to switch over to that other camera. It's not so bad for photos because who cares? But in video, it's pretty jarring. And I think has to do with a lot of physics and things of that nature. So maybe they could add like a 3x zoom that could probably make it not as bad when you're zooming in. But yeah, there's just more jank compared to the iPhone. That doesn't mean that there isn't jank with the iPhone or iOS for that matter. Actually, it's been pretty buggy with overlapping notifications or missing home controls from me. So that 300 difference, what does it get you? Well, TLDR, more RAM, telephoto lens, bigger, brighter, and better display, but last and not least, millimeter wave on all models. The 6 is a little bit different with that last part. The unlocked and T-Mobile only has the sub 6, and they are $100 and $120 more on Verizon, AT&T, respectively. That sucks a lot if you're one of those customers and want to buy direct from the carrier. Okay, so what? 5G in the US costs like $100 more USD, so that sucks having customers pay for that infrastructure like that, but it is what it is, right? So maybe without the millimeter wave, the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro would have been like $599, $799. I think that make a huge difference to that price to feature ratio to what it is now with that $599 to $899 there. All right, so overall, what do I think? If you want the best that Google offers, you got to get the Pro. There's no reason not to. I would probably stick with the 128 if you really need that extra storage there. I think it's the best value. Otherwise, if you don't need that 4x telephoto lens, I would probably get the 6. Quite honestly, the display is pretty close to each other. They're not that big of a difference. The curved display on the 6 Pro, I don't know if people like that or not. Let me know down in the comments what do you guys think about that. Honestly, some tech reviewers started hating it all of a sudden. It seems like maybe they just getting bored. I don't know, but I think they're both fine. I'm not like hating on one or the other, so it's your preference. The phones are both about the same size. Yes, the 6 Pro is a little bit bigger, but quite frankly, I think they can go. I can go either way. But mainly for me is that the performance needs to be good, and for everyday stuff, both are pretty good. It's just like I mentioned about the gaming performance. It's a little bit questionable. I don't know. Maybe some updates can fix it, but yeah. But yeah, right now, basically the Pixels, the Google software, that's what sold me. I'm gonna keep this phone. I'm not sure which one I'm going to keep, but I'm leaning towards the 6 right now, even though I've been using the Pro quite a bit. I'm just gonna try the 6 out a little bit more and go from there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed and liked this video, please make sure you do. I'll be making a ton of more content with the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. But that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.